Alright, hello chess family, it's me, National Master Jesse James, and today we're going into the English opening, the symmetrical variation. Basically, we have c4, c5. And, well, I have some experience playing it from the black side mostly, but, well, not too much from the white side. Although I think I do have a pretty good idea what I should be doing. So I'm going to be playing very classical idea from the white side, and almost like a fianchetto version for the black side. So, well, let's see how we do in this line. I'm not a English player, like I said, but I do get to play against it sometimes. Who knows? Maybe I'll switch into some kind of accelerated dragon kind of setup too. All right, here we go. 2200 first one. Let's go and play knight c3. Keep it nice and simple. Knight to f3 and then d4 idea. This is one of the main ideas that can happen in this one. So knight f3. Ooh, look, maybe they play d5 and then we go to isolated pawn, which I'm very happy about. Okay, d4. Knight takes d4, and this is really interesting. We'll go f3, e4 here. Typically, I don't like this. Ooh, so this is really cool. They are playing what is called the, what's this called? The hedgehog position. So it's a very, very solid setup here. So we're going to go rook c1, and then a4, a5. This is the plan right here. And typically, we get some very good positions here. Okay, so let's go knight b3, and then knight takes on c5. I'm sorry, knight takes on a5 here. Knight takes b4, and we're just going to build this position up. b4 here, and I think we have rook over to c1. Okay. h3. Want to stop the idea. Oh, by the way, they can't take on b4 rook, or else rook over to b1 will just... oh, okay, interesting. Here we go, game on. So pawn takes, or maybe... pawn to c5 right away? Let's go pawn takes first and see what happens. Bishop takes b4 as an idea. And let's go c5 here. Yes, I like this. I like this idea. Bishop takes a6 is being threatened now. Bishop to d4. Yes, they opened up this position quite crazily. Queen takes b4 can get played now. Yes, it can. Because now they have the escape square over here. Or can I go rook? No. Yep, they could take on b4. And I don't think I have anything better other than rook to b1 here. And then maybe bishop takes on a6. So the a6 pawn is hanging right here. Well, we're definitely going to take. The question is, how do we take here? I kind of want to take with the knight here. I mean, the bishop. Yeah, so this. And then knight to b6 is the idea. Let's see how beautiful this knight looks right here. Okay, knight to b6. Attacking the rook, attacking the bishop. Ooh, nice move there. Rook over to here. We couldn't take right away without worrying about that. So, let's see here. Bishop takes bishop c5 check. Maybe knight to d7 here instead. Yeah, we'll try that one out. Oof, that didn't work out too well. They have rook takes on c1. Maybe bishop d2 try here. Yeah, that doesn't really... Oh, queen takes on e7 here. So this is not terrible. But they did a very good job. I think I just lost a pawn here. I couldn't take because then that would be losing 2 pieces for the price of 1. Yep, this is what I thought. Queen over to d2. And now the idea is knight to d5. Oop. Let's go bishop takes. King over to h1. Again, they're just up a clear extra pawn here. And gosh, I'd really like to play over there. Let's go knight to a4. Very good job by my opponent. Let's see here, knight c5. So this is a really cool idea. I can go into the stone wall, which I do have some experience in. Okay, knight b6. Knight to d7 is the idea, and knight takes on d5. Okay, let's go f4. Oof, yeah, I just saw that. Queen to d6. Maybe rook c7. I have to be careful. They could just push the pawn over here. Let's go rook c5. King h2, I assume. And maybe knight to d5 now is the idea. Yeah. Dark squares are kind of weak here. I'd like to play f5. So let's go knight to d5. Rook takes. I think they'll take here. And f5 is the new plan. f5, f6. This pawn's still hanging. F5. Queen's doing a good job by covering this up. F6. And now this pawn will be nice and snug, and back rank checkmates will be in the air. Queen check. Check. Oh, look at that. That is really... Oh, no, it doesn't work. I was thinking that they could... Yeah, I missed that they could just take. Should I bail out here? Let's go queen here. I missed that move. Queen F3. Okay, that's good. That's good for them. Queen G3, and then we'll go rook to D6 here, I think is what we're trying to do. King takes. Rook here, rook over. And now we just got to hope that we can hold this endgame here. H4, G3, check. Or rook over here. Rook back. Check. Oof, not good at all. Rook here. King here. King here. King here. King here. I think we just have to take here. King here. Oof, am I just losing now? I am. I'm up by 1 tempo, and I think this is going to be bad. Ugh, yeah. I think I'm just going to lose this first round. Dang it. I tried my best. Kudos to my opponent. Like I said, that was a really cool changeover from the opening. King over. King over. King over. King over here. Check. King here. Yeah, there's no stalemates. But yeah, I'll keep playing. King here. Check. King there. And they should just make a queen here. Or they can do the checkmate here too. All right. Good game. On to the next one. Here we go. Ooh, okay. Oh my gosh. All the way to the 36th place. Man, we have quite a few people here. Quite a few indeed. Whew. Okay. English opening. Oh, look at this position. That looks like a fun one. I think I would play either side. Oh, cool. Let's go to Berserk, guys. Here we go. Like I said, I'm going to play this pretty much symmetrical, and I'm going to Fianchetto here. Okay. Knight here. H6. We don't allow the trade, at least right away. D5. D4. Ooh. Now we have what's like a reversed, what is this called? Ooh, yes, this is good. And they can't take, or else D3, and now they're losing a piece here. Bishop is trapped. So that worked out kind of nicely. Knight takes E4. Queen takes because the knight was attacking me. Yep, they have bishop takes there. Bishop G4, probably. Oh, they played there. Let's go queen here. We don't want to get my bishop trapped. King takes. Watch out, that's a checkmate square over there now for them. Okay. Bishop F5. Check. Rook over. We can use this open file now for ourselves. Oof. And of course we take free queens. Free queens is for me. All right, on to the next game. We're on the first page. We're on the first page. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, this. I don't really have too much experience when it comes to playing the white side. So in that first game, I actually got the Marazzi bind, so I still need to learn how to use that one. Although I think the plan I was using was pretty good. My opponent just played very, very well. All right, ooh, Berserker, Berserker, here we go. Knight C6, pawn takes, G6, Bishop G7. They're playing this like a strict English player here. I like it. And let's go D5. Let's try to open up this position. Knight takes. Even D4 here, if they allow us to. I like to do this reversed kind of Bayones right here. Pawn takes, E5. Ooh, they played Knight E4. Bring it on. E5 here. I like this pawn structure. Let's go H6, maybe F5 in the future. A6. Bishop E6. King H7, guard the pawn. That's okay, Rook C8. It's a date. And let's go knight b8, knight to d7 here. Ideas like a5 and putting pressure on this c5 pawn. Knight d7, that's okay. I even have ideas about sacrificing on f3 now. Yeah, I was going to say, I wouldn't tempt me too hard on that one. Ooh, interesting. Let's go b6 here. Ooh, that was actually a good move. f5. Yes, that's a good move. Bishop there, and we'll take if needed. h5 here, if knight to g4. I think that's the only good, really move that we have here. Oh, there. How interesting. Bishop b3, I guess? Okay, let's do it. Bishop b3. Oh my gosh, this is a crazy position. Check, king takes. Okay. Queen e8. This is good for me now because queen can take. Let's see here. Knight takes on f6 because this guy's hanging now. I mean, I think I would have taken either way, right? There was no real threat right there. Even if they take here, I could just take, so. Pawn takes. Ooh, and then e4. I don't want this to open up at all. Let's go d3. Bishop takes, and then knight g4 here. You don't want this h5 to fall. Knight. Okay, let's go. Oof. Bishop h6. Queen e5. Takes. Queen g5. The knight's stopping here. King g6. Queen e3. Okay. Rook takes. And this guards everything. And yeah, just rook takes on f2 now. Knight takes here, check. And then, yeah. Oof, oof. That was a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be. But things worked out nicely. Ooh. And we are now tied for third place. Awesome. All right, let's berserk. Ooh, I think we're actually playing the person in first place. Maybe not a good time to berserk here. They're obviously pretty good. Ooh, they berserked back. I like it. Here we go. I like it. Berserk, berserk. We're all crazy here. Ooh, okay. d6, g3. Takes, bishop g2. Let's castle. Bishop. Let's go knight here. Ooh, this is maybe a little bit better. Let's go knight c2. I like these lines right here. And then e4, knight to e3 maybe, because this pawn can get weak. Knight e5. We just play b3 here to protect. One of the good things about this is that we have this defended. This rook here defended. This is defended here, so I can go bishop e3 now. Bishop e3, perfect. Queen to d2. Let's go bishop d2. If they go back, then we'll go, and then queen to d2 here. Everything kind of covered. The new idea is knight d5, knight takes. So I think this is just good. Knight d5, queen takes, knight takes, check. Okay, so knight takes, check. Bishop takes, we're threatening the rook. Knight takes here so that we don't lose any time so we can get our rook over here. So knight takes, we got the bishop pair now. Rook over here. This is still guarded, sorry. And let's go bishop f4. We should win the d6 pawn now. Bishop e5 is the only way not to lose the pawn. They found it, of course. Bishop h6, f4. Okay, now threatening the d6 pawn again. I think we just won it, though. Yes, bishop back, and then bishop takes. Ah, rook e3. And then if they go there, knight takes on b4. So yeah, we won the pawn now. Rook takes. Ooh, yeah, rook takes here. Because if bishop b6, this is guarded, so we can still take here. Okay. Let's go c5. This was stopping bishop b6. Is there anything here? a3, b4. b4. Takes and takes. So he won another piece here. Bishop g5, bishop f6 check is nice. Also coming over here. e5, bishop f6 check. check, takes, bishop here, bishop there, oof, bishop there, bishops are everywhere, rook e2, knight e3, ooh, king g2, watch out for that guy, knight e3, perfect, knight to d5, bishop e7, knight check here, king here, check, check, and yeah, recall game right there. All right, so I took out his fire and I took on my own. Here we go, guys. Still got a good 41 minutes left in this, so it is anyone's tournament over here. Ooh, and there's another 2300 here too, so I had to be very careful. See, 11. We're all 3 people now tied for first place. Awesome. You don't want an easy match now, do you? Let's see here. Uh-oh, here we go again. Let's go ahead and berserk. Let's go ahead and berserk. All right, knight f3. d4, standard move here. Let's go d5. Take this. Man, I could have taken the pawn here, but I like this move. Let's just take the center. e4, e5, if allowed. Bishop to e3 right here. Awesome. Ooh, let's play h3 here. We want to stop bishop g4, which is a good idea in a lot of these lines. Queen to d2. Okay. Let's go bishop e2 here. They can take if they want to. The idea is we just want to castle and keep bringing out our pieces. Pawn to b3. Let's cover this up. Rook c1 so we can get out of this menacing pin over here. Let's not do anything right now, but, you know, always have to keep an eye out for it. Okay, let's go ahead and castle. There's no threat there. Knight takes, pawn to f4, e5. With the king still in the center here, I do not mind the sacrifice. Is this even a sacrifice, as they say? e5, pawn takes. Okay, f7's our new weakness. Interesting move. I was hoping they would take. Let's play e6 here. f5 is interesting. I'm hoping that they take, and my knight can jump to d5. I do have to be careful. Oh, okay, cool. They did not take. Let's go bishop d3, knight to e2 now. This is a very good pawn structure. They have to be careful here. It's not so simple for them. I can play g4 in the future. And this knight's trapped here too. Let's prepare g4 a little bit more. So we're going to play king h2 and then rook to g1. Let's keep building up this center. a4. Nope, you're not opening up the queen side. Whenever you're doing this king side check, you don't want them to be doing that. So rook to g1. Knight back to c3 to cover the e4 square. And perfect timing. Here comes my g4. If they take, and I have the open h file now. So let's go king g3 with rook h1 right here. If h5, bishop takes. Oof. Look at this. This has worked out really nicely. So rook over. I have like rook takes h7 ideas here. And f5 here, perfect timing. Bishop takes. Rook takes. Pawn takes because of the pin now. Perfect timing. Bishop takes. Bishop takes. And it's really hard for the king to get out of here. Queen takes. Is there a way for them to guard h7 here? There's no good way. I mean, they're going to have to sacrifice at least a rook here to do it. Yep. So pawn takes. There's no checks right here. Pawn takes. And then queen takes h7 check here. No checks around here. And this should be easy enough to win now. So let's play bishop here, check. Check. Okay, rook over here. Pawn takes if they want to fix my pawn structure. Awesome. They can't play rook f8. Let's go knight e4, knight g5, knight e6. Let's keep them imprisoned. And knight e6 should just be winning now. I don't see a way to get out of this checkmate. Rook. Oh, I have rook here, checkmate. I have rook here, checkmate. I have rook here and then here, checkmate. Go rook here, and then go checkmate. You know, I think there's a checkmate around here. I just got to find it. Checkmate. Okay, found it. Woohoo! Woohoo! Yeah, that's one of the nice things when you play with this English opening, especially with the wide side, I feel like. With the wide side, it's just like you have this very nice space advantage, especially if your opponents don't know how to defend against it, which is a lot of D4 openings. Oh, awesome. We're in first place. We're tied up with the other 2,300. Oop, let's berserk again. We got the black side of this. Knight C6. We got the symmetrical English right here, G6. I like to do the Fianchetto version. Ah, this could be the Botnovic system. I bet you, okay, so they're not playing it right. We'll go knight to e7, then d5 here. d5, pawn takes. Ooh, knight b5 is actually not a bad move for them. Pawn takes. Knight takes here is not a very good move. Ooh. And the reason is because now they got a backwards pawn open file here. Typically they'll trade here. Oh, nope, they didn't. Knight b4, and this is that backwards pawn I was talking about. You can see here I have really good pressure on it now. And even if they play something like queen to b1, here's another. Oh, okay. Takes. Maybe queen e2 check. That's okay. We'll just trade into this good endgame. Castle. Let's see. They can't castle because of the queen. Yep, check. That's okay. Takes. And bishop takes on b2. I don't want to be rude and not take the gift of a free pawn. Let's see here. Bishop takes a3. Pawn to b6 over here. Bishop back. Everything's guarded. Everything's good. b6 is in our immediate future. Let's castle b6 first. I have our passed pawn, that is. A few passed pawns around here. But first things first, let's develop the pieces. So b6, bishop a6 idea. Let's see here. Bishop g4 is also a way to play, depending on where they place the rook. I will only play bishop g4 if the rook comes over like to d1 so I can take. Let's go bishop e6 here. Ah, knight to g5. Oh, free piece. Thank you. Late Christmas gift, I think. Okay, bishop takes. And it's 1, 2, 3 pawns over here, so we're going to push these guys forward. Maybe like rook here, push forward. Bishop back. Okay. I thought they were going to resign, but looks like they're going to keep on fighting the good fight. Rook d8, and then rook over here. And then we'll just push this pawn. And we'll just push this one right away. I guess there's no need for me to actually put the rook here. Rook here now. Pawn up. Rook d3 if needed. Let's see here. All these openings. Okay. c3, c2, rook to d1. Oh, and I also have c2, bishop here to b2, which will win over here. Rook to d1 check is obviously the easiest one now. And unfortunately, I don't see any way they can stop this. So check. Bishop blocks, I guess. Yeah, that's game over right there. Sorry. Oh, and we're still tied. I will play this Nasapit hopefully pretty soon because we're both on 21. We're both berserking like crazy. Oh, gosh. I've only got one extra game, but mine was a loss. I lost my first round. I'm still not happy about that. Let's see here. Berserk. Oh, gosh. I just berserked against someone higher rated than me. Dear Lord. I was not paying attention. All right. D4. Knight takes. Game. Oh, my gosh. That was a terrible idea. E3. Knight C3. They didn't berserk back, so I guess that makes me feel kind of good. Bishop E2. Castles. A3, B4 idea. Okay. B4. Bishop B2. Knight A4. Isolated pawn here. Always a fun position to play. Rook C1. Bishop back to B8. Okay. Rook E1. G3, because queen to D6 is coming. Yes, yes. I know this too. I know. Let's see here. Knight to A4. We're coming to C5. B7, A6. Bishop takes F6, also a threat, so I can take on D5 now. So rook F to D8 makes sense. Knight B6. Ugh, not a very good move. Rook just goes to D8 here, right? Rook just goes to D8. Knight to D4. Bishop takes will defend. Queen takes over here. The more trades, the better off I am. Okay. They do not want to make trades here. And kudos for them for not getting crazy. Let's see here. Queen takes. Bishop takes on d4. If not, I'll take on c6 and I can take the a6 pawn. Okay. Pawn takes here. Not too worried about this. b5. Have queen g4 here. If needed. If they take, I probably won't take back. I'm probably going to go queen g4. Threatening knight to f5 here. Okay, let's go queen g4. Knight f5 idea. We'll see if they play queen g6, which I don't think is bad here. Let's go ahead and play queen back to e2. Let's keep them guessing. Pawn takes over here if needed. Rook c2, rook over. Double up the rooks. Perfect. I'm not sure what they're up to over here. Probably king g2 now. a3, bishop back to a1. Okay. Queen f3, knight f5 idea. Okay. Queen f5, let's trade off. Because queen e4 check was coming there too, so I did not want to mess with that one. If I could trade off the bishops, that might be good for me. a3 becomes weak and also there. So check. h4. And then knight back to e4. King here. Bishop takes. Okay. King back, f3 ideas. Okay, f3. I have to be careful here. Ooh, there's good. Rook here. Rook here. Pawn takes. Rook over. Rook c2. Rook b3. Rook c2. Rook c2. Okay, rook e2. Okay, g4. Rook b4. Takes. King here. King here. Takes. Check. Takes. Rook here. Rook takes, rook check. Rook here. Rook here. This is lost again. Check. Check. Rook here. Rook takes. This is lost. Oh, b6 maybe? I'm just trying to get extra time on the clock now. b7. Rook takes. Rook check. King here. Oof! I had to flag him. Sorry, guys. I had to flag him. I didn't even mean to play the 2400 like that. I only get... Oh, man. I should have got, like, extra points for that, man. It's a 2400. I'm over here just trying to flag him. I mean, yeah, the whole game I was pretty much behind. That was really hard. Well, I know I made it on someone's Christmas list over here. Oh, God. I need to play this Nazapit Master. All right, here we go. We're berserk again. Here we go. Let's go. Knight c3. Pawn takes if needed. Knight to f3. d4 here. Standard move. Okay. g3. Bishop g2 idea. Oh, interesting. Knight b5. Typically, you don't do this because of this weak d6 pawn. Is there even a good way to defend d6? I guess you can move your bishop away. That's the only way I can see it. And then we have knight e4 here too. So knight takes check here again is being threatened. And don't take on c4 because check here will win the piece here. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't see a good way to defend the pawn. Ooh, this is cool too. They can't play d5 here either because a pawn takes. Pawn takes and queen takes, knight check, and then here. So this might be a little miniature here. So check. Bishop d2. I still have knight takes back here. That's okay. Knight takes, knight check, knight takes. If they play knight b4, I believe we just trade queens and then play rook c1 here because we need to guard against the check there. I can also play knight a3 here too. So let's check. a3. Guarding this knight b4 move. Knight takes, of course. I'm happy with trades. Bishop g2, pawn threat. It's castle queenside, so we could put fast pressure on d4. King over, knight f3 idea. Knight b3, actually, I like a little bit more. So this pawn is gone. And oof, this is an annoying move. Rook takes d4. I don't think they can take here. Isn't just rook here? The knight's lost, right? The knight got trapped? Yes. They didn't get the memo. Awesome. On to the next one. Here we go, guys. 31. I finally got up a game, but we need to keep up the momentum because only one game away, you know, a fast win can do it. Oops. Let's see how are they doing over here. And yeah, they're playing the lower ratings too, so they're racking up them points like I am. Oh, look, we're around the same rating now. Where's that 2400 at? I only got to play him once. Okay. All right, let's berserk again. We got to keep it going, guys. Knight c3, knight f3, and then remember, let's play d4. Either they take, giving us open position, which I like, or they allow us to push forward here. g3, bishop g2. Awesome. Yeah, these openings feel very much at home for me. I'm not a natural English player, but, you know. Oh, interesting idea. They're trying to go for this h5, kind of nonsense. It's nonsensical, I tell you. Nonsensical. c5, and then we can either play bishop f4. Pawn takes, bishop g5 here. Pawn takes. Bishop g5. The idea is trying to go knight to d5 here. So bishop takes knight d5, and we'll... Oh, knight to d5. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. I won't take right away, or do I have to? Let's go e3 here. No, I can't. I have to take here. I have to be careful. I have to take because f2 is really weak. And the other reason why was because of... What was the other reason why? I know there was a reason. Oh, checkmate. 1, 2, and 3. That's all it takes. One mistake. You gotta practice them tactics. That's definitely one of the ones I learned when I was doing the chess.com ones. I don't know if they have a name for this checkmating pattern. But yeah, I've practiced it so much. I'm pretty sure I can do that when blindfolded now. All right, berserk. Why not? I did it against a 2400. Let's go ahead and do it against a 2000 here. So g6, knight c6, pawn takes. I'm used to these symmetrical variations. Knight over here, pawn takes. And this is actually going to be an annoying line here because, oh, perfect. I can play d5 here. Now this I feel more comfortable with. Knight takes, and let's go knight back to b6. Bishop e3, knight c4, attacking. And the idea is I'm trying to take this pawn over here. So let's take bishop h6. Maybe bishop f5. Bishop f5. e4. Okay, good move. Rook c8. e4 is going to come pretty soon, I'm sure. Knight here. Bishop back to d7. Knight to c4. Okay, I don't know if they want to go g5 here, but that's okay with me. e6. Knight takes. Knight b5. This would be nice because I really want to play the bishop here to skewer. I could take that, but I prefer to have this bishop. This is a very good defensive piece. So knight to b5. And then hopefully... Okay, they take. Okay. Knight takes d4. I will take gifts when I can get them. e5. Rook c2 idea. Rook over to d8. Let's go queen e7 here. Almost played there. Had to be careful because rook takes d4. So rook here. Rook here. They have to be careful because knight e2 checking ideas. h6. Oh gosh, I just blundered the piece. I missed that this was attacked. Oh. Takes. Takes. And I can't... They're going to take here, but I can't take back because of f7. Rook c5. Rook takes here. Oof. Dropped a piece. Dear Lord. Takes. We're happy for this. We've got to take whatever we can get right here. If queen takes pawn, we have queen takes here. e4. Check, and that's okay. Check here, and rook h5. They have to be careful. I assume they're going to go queen here. Because of the checkmate here, right? So check. Check. Should I take a draw here? Check. Check. I think I take the draw here, right? Yeah, I take a draw. I take the draw. I take the draw. I prefer that than a loss. I don't think I have enough time, and my opponent's not being too... they're not playing for that win anyway. So here we go. Knight c3. Let's see. d4. Knight takes. Let's see. e5 has been a very popular bad move to play. This is interesting. I think I could play pawn takes now if they play d5. The whole idea is to go knight to d6 check here. So knight d6 check, queen takes. If queen e7, bishop f4 can get played, and we'll go ahead and play that. The whole idea is just to kind of guard this, and it's kind of hard for them to deal with this. Yeah, so the king's kind of just stuck here in the center. Castle's queenside. Ooh, but that's a nice idea. Yeah, knight to f5, bishop back. Knight to g4 is annoying because of knight takes f2. So we'll go knight e4 here. And that should guard me until I can go like f3 or h3. I want to go e4 and then f3. That's what I want to play. e4. Perfect timing. I can win a pawn. And stop this idea. Where's the knight go? Bishop takes d6 is coming. Yes, I've got control of this position. Yeah, this is my position now. Okay. I wonder what they're planning on here. Knight to e7, knight h6. Either way, bishop takes here is going to be very good for me. And now the knight g4 is not such a big deal, but because my rook can just simply go to d2 here to guard it. I wouldn't mind playing f3. I really love to put the knight to d6. That's what I'd really like. If I could wish upon a star, that's what I would ask for. Let's see here. Okay, so bishop takes, so they can't castle because this guy will fall. E5, f3. Let's go f3 here first. Bishop b7. And then bishop c7 here. If I could just win another pawn, I guess that's good enough for me. Well, it stops him from castling again. Rook c8, then bishop to d6 here. Interesting. King b1. They still can't castle because this knight. Bishop d6. Knight to d5 could be my new threat here. Knight to d5. Here we go. Knight to d4. Let's go rook to d2. Rook over to c1 here. Got to guard this pawn. Pawn takes. King takes. Bishop takes a6 is a new idea. I'm very close to sacrificing on d4 here just for the fun of it. And then just marching my king forward. Okay, so rook here, rook here. Yeah, this should be game over. Unfortunately, this knight and rook are just so badly placed. They got a good pawn structure. Oop. And they blundered that one. There we go. Bishop takes. Rook here, and then rook b7. They have to go king here, which allows me to take on g7. Nope. The knight's trapped here, so rook just takes on b8 now. Sorry. Rook takes. Pass pawn, pushes, pawn takes. There, there. Queen check. Queen check. Queen check. Queen checkmates. Awesome. There we go. Next one up. Ooh, I'm starting to run away with this. And Nasipit actually lost one of their games. Oh, it's funny enough. It's the same one for me. Well, it's the one I drew, but they ended up losing. I wonder who that was to. I think if you click on it, it actually tells you who. Oh, look, we finally got to play. Oh, berserk, berserk. Let's go, let's go. Knight c6. All right, this is what it's all about here. Bishop g7. Knight f6. There we go, castles. Let's go d5 here. If you won't open up the position, I will. Pawn takes, queen d6. e5 here, we don't want to trade off. h6 if they play bishop b2, that is. Let's go bishop g4. King h7. Little threats around here. Bishop back to f5. Very solid position. e5 here. b6. Oof, here they come. Probably knight h4 to attack or something. Rook c8. Knight d4 is a new threat. Knight c4. Queen e7. That's okay. Here we go. Bishop back e6. Queen d7. f5 here I like. Let's see if they go f4. Nope, they don't. Well, there goes my idea of playing the other move. Let's go queen d7 first. And then knight d4 here. Pawn takes here is typically the move. But, oh, they didn't take. Let's go knight f5. Maybe b5 idea and rook over to d8. Knight h4 is another annoying move. b5. c4, pawn takes. The queen is hanging there, so they can't take. Rook c7, that's okay. Oof. I think I got him on time here, too. I think I got position. I think I got time. Pawn c3. Past pawns must be pushed. Why wouldn't we? c2. Knight takes. Queen takes. Knight takes. Okay, rook over here. Guard everything. Bishop takes h3. Rook takes. Rook takes. Bishop takes. Okay, queen c8. Pawn takes. Why'd they do that? Bishop just takes here. Okay. Pawn takes. Pawn takes. Check. And I think check here, and I'm mating them. Right? Yeah, I think, oof. Okay. Okay. I knocked down my opponent, and I'm back to the first place. Dear Lord. Dear Lord, that was fun. I'm so happy that my opponent got to berserk, too. That made that a lot easier decision. All right, let's go ahead. Let's keep berserking. Dear Lord. I think I've berserked almost every game here. Knight f3. Man, everyone's taking here, too. I haven't really played any games where they do not take. Those variations are actually just as hard. Especially since your opponent is berserking. It's a good idea to not open up the position. Because you want the game to last as much as possible, right? Bishop f4. We've learned that these dark squares are weak. And so if they... Yeah, see, by doing this, now we go bishop g5. Now bishop takes knight to d5 idea. And you can see I've made this really nice weak square. Go rook c1. They'll probably play bishop b6. Knight to e3. Again, bishop takes here. And then, oh, interesting, b3. This is interesting. Oh, you know what? I have bishop takes. Knight to e4 here. Look at that nice move. d6 and f6 here. Knight to e4, and then queen takes on d6. Queen takes, because we don't want to put ourselves into a pin. Queen takes, of course. Rook over. If f5, knight g5 here looks nice. Let's go knight to d6 here, c5. a3, b4. We'll slowly start moving up the board here. Let's go knight to d5 here. Bishop takes if need. Ooh, do I play bishop takes? We go rook takes here because knight b4. Oh, interesting. Ooh, be careful. Look at that. King F1. I almost played this, but knight E2 check was the real idea here. Okay, so E3. Okay, pawn takes. Pawn takes. Let's see here. Pawn takes. Let's go rook here. And then check F4. Okay. Rook C4 maybe. B4. Okay, king over. King over. These opposite color bishops can be really annoying. King D4. Rook C7. Bishop H3, F5, I assume. Oh, perfect. Check. I think that was the wrong way to push the pawn. Oh, good. Check. They were supposed to play there, back. They're blundering this one. After one bad move, sometimes it's just like a house of cards, man. Just like a house of cards there. Once it finally tilts, everything just falls over. It's like the domino effect, right? Dear Lord. Woohoo. Ah, thank you. Let's see. Is that pronounced Madridia? Ooh, how do you pronounce that? I'm horrible with pronunciations. All right, here we go. Next one up. All right, another berserker. G6, bishop G7. Castles, castles. Let's go D5 here as usual. I love this. To me, it's like playing the pawn to D4 here. Just opens up the position. B6, and if we can, we're going to play knight to B4 here. Remember, we want to get this D3 square. If the D4 pawn can't get out, then the bishop can't get out. The rook has a hard time getting out. Bishop A6 is a very nice move we want to play here too. Here D4 would have been played already by many players, at least at a higher level. D4 is just one of those moves you have to play. Here we go. The knight goes to the square it wants to go to. Ooh, what's a good move here? Ah, good move, good move. Bishop B7 here, and then queen takes. Queen E2. Oh, okay. Queen here. That's okay. And then knight to B4 here. Perfect timing. Look at that. Okay. Let's go rook to D8. Queen takes if wanted. That's okay. Rook to, let's see. We go pawn C4. Okay, let's go A6 here first. Let's kick the knight. Ooh, B5. Pawn takes. You can see here, it's all about these pieces that just can't get into the game. It's just about these poor little pieces. Ooh, knight D3 with the big threat of knight E5. This is almost game over here. Because you see the knight check here with the queen on the diagonal. It's definitely a pattern you should know. Definitely a pattern. Knight check, knight check. So I at least win like the rook here. Because the king is going to be forced to walk into the discovery idea. So check. And so check here. Knight H4 check. E5 move, maybe. Let's go E5 here. Again, I can win the rook. But when you see a good move, look for a Jessier move, right? F5. I can win the queen now, I believe. Because oh, no, I can't win the queen. So let's go check here. And then check. Takes. Check. Rook over. Knight takes here. Pawn here. Bishop takes. And then rook over here. And the whole idea is just like to double the rooks. Although this doesn't really work. King G7, King H6. Because of the rook check. Oh, perfect. King here. Now I'm threatening to go rook here and win the rook. Rook here. Pawn takes. I can just play... Oh, look. I even have checkmate here, too. I didn't even see that one. I did not even see that. 8 minutes left. And dear Lord, this is one of my highest scores I've ever had in the 1 hour tournaments. Let's see. Let's keep going. Berserk, berserk, berserk. All right. Knight C6. I'm basically playing like the same kind of system as white and black. Just fianchetto. And then play D5. Oh, this is the interesting line. So e3, d4 is a very good way to play. Hello, Kent. I think that's it. Yeah, Kent. Pawn takes, and then d5 here. It'll give me that isolated pawn. Knight takes. We play pawn takes here, and then let's castle right away. a6 is also another good move. Basically, the idea is we're playing against the isolated pawn. So a6, b5, and we want to get control over this d5 square. Ooh, good move. Knight a5, and then bishop e6 if they allow me to, at least. We can control d5, c4, b3. The idea is to play on the light squares here. And you see the knight does a good job doing that. See, here we go. Perfect timing. Bishop here controls these squares. So now I control in front of here. Let's see. Rook c8 is a good move here next. Oh, knight c4 here is good. Yeah, knight takes e3. I want to grab the bishop pair. Rook c8. I mean, I wouldn't do it right away just because this knight is just so good here, right? It's definitely better than these bishops. Definitely better than these bishops. But here we just win. Takes and then takes here. They do get some... these are some scary passed pawns, guys. Scary passed pawns. Rook takes. Pawn takes. And then let's go queen b8 here. Oof. Ew, scary, scary, scary. Yeah, hopefully this doesn't hurt me. Let's go rook here. Rook takes. And maybe this is good enough. Actually, I don't see a good way for them to defend. If bishop there, queen here, attacking the bishop and allowing the rook to slide over here too. And I could play this bishop d5 idea. This bishop d5 is good. Not only does it attack the pawn, but I'm even threatening... If I want to get greedier, I can play bishop e4 and then skewer over here to the other rook and the queen. Ugh. Greed. Greed, greed, greed. Ugh. I don't want to be greedy. Well, they should play queen b5 here, right? Queen b5 will hold everything down. Rook b8 should be a move I'm looking at. Don't let them queen. Yeah, this pawn is definitely a thorn. Does bishop take? Nope. Rook to b8, and then we just have bishop takes now. Maybe even rook takes here too. No, I should be okay with bishop takes. Takes. Knight to d5, bishop takes. The problem here is if bishop takes, they can play rook over to b1. Knight over here. I might just sacrifice here. Not really something I want to do, but something I might... Ooh, bishop takes a4. Ooh, a pawn. Bishop takes, bishop takes. Bishop takes, bishop takes. Yeah, I think this is good for me. And then rook takes on b7 here. Ooh, the good thing about bishop takes here is that it even helped out because of the other one. Okay, so bishop takes, rook here. Let's win some of the other pawns, and then we should be good. Let's see, rook takes on a4. Bishop back to f8. Let's play bishop f8 real quick here. And then we'll take the a4 pawn. Again, all these pawns, man. Seems like they have a million pawns. Rook takes. Rook here, rook here. We're trying to cut the king off from helping. If the king can't get in there, then it can be okay. Okay. King up. Oof, all right, there we go. There we go. All right. 59 over here. Here we go. Knight c3, pawn, knight f3. Ooh, so this is interesting. What do I do here? d3. Oof, I don't know this line as well. Bishop g5. What do I do this line? It's like a Botnovic system. So bishop to e3. Oh, cool. They did drop this pawn. Ooh, this is a big pawn too. Just like in the other lines, remember. Knight to b5 here. Knight to d6. Knight takes on d6 here. Bishop takes here is also good here too. Do I prefer the knight or the... Oh, perfect check. And this is annoying to them. Pawn takes. One of the nice ideas is queen to b3 here. Oh, okay, cool. Queen to d2. Or let's go knight to d2. Okay. e4. I really want to go queen b3 here, so I'm hoping they miss it. And queen b3. And is there a good way for them to get out of check here? Or to stop this checkmate pattern? Yes, they found it. Rook c1. Aw, dang it. Queen c3. I might have to trade off. Wait, rook takes here, though. Rook takes at least. Bishop e2. Castles. Rook over to c1. Rook over to... Oh, I missed knight takes b7. Well, okay. Dang it. He stopped me. Let's go bishop back to f1. Rook c7 is my new threat. Knight f3. Bishop takes here. Bishop back. Okay. b3. Did I get anything out of this? Knight takes. I have knight takes e6 here. So they should... knight just takes here, right? Bishop takes. Did I just win material? Ooh, this is like a good bad one. Okay, bishop e3. Although I did win the piece, this is one of those times that it's actually best to have the rook. Okay, so f4. You can see the rook moves around quite easily in this position. Oof. Knight takes f4. And d4 here. Oh, when I play d4, I think I should be okay. Yeah, I should be okay because the bishop can come to c4 here. Ah, okay. Well, that's no good. Pawn takes. d4. Oh. Pawn takes here. If I get my bishop to c4, I'd feel kind of okay here. Yeah, that's a good move here too. Bishop f4. I've got to pass pawn, but I don't know. d5, d4, let's see. Kind of covering the squares. Kind of covering it. Bishop c7 will be good in the future, because then I'll cover the check, this square, and also the rook coming back here. And I want to keep the bishop on this diagonal because the knight's going to try and stop me. And I'll most likely just trade off here. Oof. Well, I was down on time, but he's helping me out here. I was down on time, but he's helping me out. Let's see here. All right, bishop takes. d6. d7. d8. So I'm winning here. Queen. Knight c6. Yeah, I've got this. Knight takes check. Knight c6. Take this pawn next if they allow me. King f2. King e3. Okay. Bishop e5. King d5. g4, g3. There's no more way to do that. So g4, e5, e6. King here. King here. As long as they don't stalemate them, I should be okay. I'm just going to play the knight here because I'm just afraid of stalemates. Okay. Check. Checkmate. Woo! Awesome. Woohoo! Awesome. Oh, and that's actually it, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Yep, we did the symmetrical English over here. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you haven't already, please give us a subscribe.